Hey guys, Acer here, and I just kind of wanted to talk about the new Madden 16 news, the new gameplay footage that we got to see, and everything that's just kind of been going on in anticipation of Madden 16 coming up with E3 a couple days ago. I figured it'd be a good time to kind of share my opinions on what I thought. Some of you guys might be interested, some of you guys might not care at all, so I don't blame you for Xing out the video or not even watching. So basically, I saw the gameplay video. Some of you guys might have seen it, where they were showing off the new game mode of the Draft Champions, and basically, I think first off, I think that looks pretty cool. Actually, the new Draft Champion mode. It's basically, from what I understand, kind of a poor man's MUT, but it's basically like if you don't have time to fool with MUT or don't want to fool with MUT with like the team building process of MUT, then you can just go ahead and do Draft Champions, and you still get the same experience for the most part. You pick 15 players, and you get like a default team that's pretty bad, but you get to pick 15 players that are pretty good, and so then you're able to go ahead and play. I don't know how many games you can play with the team, or how many if you get prizes for winning, or kind of what's the point of it if it's just for fun. I don't know, but I like the idea for the people who maybe have a full-time job or something, and don't have time to grind MUT, or for the people who are too lazy, still want the MUT experience but don't have time to, or don't feel like grinding MUT. I think it's a good idea, a good implementation. But other than that, gameplay wise, I thought it looked pretty good. Obviously, every Madden you kind of expect to be the best Madden yet. It's kind of your expectations. It definitely looked really nice, but that's kind of the case every year. In the game that I watched, the devs were really showing off the new catching animations and the new catch system, pretty much where you can no longer take control of the receiver. Now you have 3 options on what kind of catch to perform. You can either do a possession catch, an aggressive catch, or a run after catch. And basically they're all intuitive. Aggressive, you go up and fight for the ball. Possession, you make sure that you come down with the ball, and then run after catch. Your receiver kind of puts himself in a position to kind of try and turn upfield and get more yards. He actually didn't use the possession catch at all in the demonstration, but I mean, it's pretty intuitive. I'm sure it probably works as intended, I would hope. The only thing that scared me the only thing that scared me while watching the demonstration was really the aggressive catch. And that's kind of the thing that I think he expected most people to kind of be shaky on. Mainly because he was kind of throwing up streaks to Jordy Nelson and Joe Horn. He had a legendary like 91 overall Joe Horn. But and the thing that concerned me, his completion rate when throwing up streaks like that was probably about over 50%, I'd say. It was probably about 60-ish%, where he was completing most of his passes. And kind of the problem with that, I just got shook so hard right there. I thought he was running a post route. But the problem with that is that's a pretty high completion rate. Obviously, if you have 4 downs and you're throwing over 50% on those kind of catches. Granted, he was playing against the computer. I don't know what difficulty level it was. It could have been rookie for all I know. Obviously, I would think it would be much more difficult against an actual user who's calling defenses to try and stop it. But he was having good success. But he said that it wasn't OP. Like, literally in the video, he says, after he drops one, he says, see, it's not OP or whatever. That's a concern that apparently they had as well coming into it. And so we'll definitely see how that plays out. Obviously, people look for, when the game comes out, things that are exploitable and things that are more effective than others. And that'll definitely be something that a lot of people, I'm sure, will try and test when the game comes out. But it looked pretty powerful in the demonstration, but it definitely remains to be seen. Obviously, they could still even tweak it if they wanted to. The game's not complete yet. They could still tweak it and tone it down. So we'll see how that goes. Gameplay-wise, it looked really nice. They implemented the gang tackling system, which that was in like Madden 10-ish, Madden 10 or Madden 11, I'd say. It was in one of those two, but they took it out. I don't know if they just didn't like it or if they wanted to refine it. They probably just wanted to refine it since they brought it back in, and now that it's nice and refined, they put it back in, and it looks pretty nice because, I mean, before, I'm sure a lot of people can agree, it does look kind of dumb whenever like one person's struggling to bring someone to the ground, but you've got like 4 people just standing around watching their teammates struggle to bring somebody down. So that's nice, and the wide receiver DB interactions definitely look cool. The DBs actually like play the ball now, and once the receiver catches the ball, they don't just give up and try and tackle the receiver. They actually actively like try to swat the ball out their hands, or like come up under their arms and bring their arm through the ball to knock it out, and different stuff like that. They actually had a tip interception in the demonstration.
You are out of lives. Benito. Dunzo.
Because, I mean, honestly, tip interceptions are one of the easiest interceptions if you think about it. I mean, you're not trying to catch like a bullet pass from Tom Brady. It gets tipped up in the air. It's basically a freebie for any good NFL player. And so, I'd be very happy if they made tip interceptions more frequent. Other than that, not much really to say about the gameplay. They spent a lot of time hyping up the gang tackles and the catching system. Presentation-wise, it looked pretty much the same as Madden 15 with the scoreboard and the score, the clock, and all that stuff, and like the intros. Obviously, they still have time to kind of tweak that if they wanted to, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to just keep that the same, which is kind of a trade-off. Some people might not care. Some people will care a lot, but that's kind of one of the last things that is on my list of things. I think the main thing is if they're putting time and effort into making the gameplay better. I'd definitely take more time spent on gameplay to make that better than spending time to revamp the scoreboard or whatever and having gameplay not as good. So it's a trade-off that I'd be willing to take. Some of the other things, they put out some blog posts talking about different things that they did with the game. One of the things that they did talk about was fixing a lot of kind of the well-known glitches and exploits. The first thing they talked about was the QB spies. You can't swerve the spy anymore. This year, I don't even think swerving spies was really a problem. It was more that the spies were just awful and didn't even play the receiver, or play the quarterback at all. Like, pretty much I'll put spies out on the field and they won't even like react. The quarterback will just like run right by them. They won't even react to the quarterback. So it's not even swerving. It's just like getting them to actually react and think. So hopefully the QB spies are better now. You can no longer flip the play out of the huddle to speed up you getting to the line of scrimmage. A lot of people do this online. Very common. They'll quick snap you so you like can't set up your defense and try and catch you on like a lineman or something. You can't make a play. That's pretty good because that's not really realistic at all to come out of the line of scrimmage really fast like that. You can no longer do route flipping. They took route flipping out of the game. So now that that's no longer in the game, that'll kind of make it to where you can't like exploit plays and get plays that aren't supposed to be there, you know. Whereas this year, obviously, when route flipping came out, a lot of people started experimenting with the different routes you could get at different areas of the field, and some were more powerful than others. They took that out. You can no longer, as I said earlier, you can't rocket catch / moss / user catch or whatever. They said that it's been significantly reduced and or eliminated. So they're not 100% sure that it's no longer possible. That's why they kind of put significantly reduced. If they were 100% positive, they would have obviously just said eliminated. That way is found, it'll be with the aggressive catch, but that remains to be seen. They said a large percentage of the known nano blitzes have been removed, so this year it was a lot of A gaps. It was really hard to get edge pressure this year for some reason. I guess just the way they programmed the line, or I don't know. But a lot of people kind of ran different stuff on first and second downs, and then on third down you catch an A gap flying at you up the line of scrimmage, like a 3-man A gap. So they probably took care of that. I'm sure they were aware of that. They said the PA end around exploit has been addressed. So I mean, this is supposed to be a list of glitches and cheats. I don't think PA end around is a glitch or a cheat by any means. It's a play that's more effective than most other plays. I'd definitely say it's definitely tough to stop. A lot of people online, however, complain about it because, I mean, I'll admit it's not fun to play against. Like, I don't think it's good for the game, but it's not like to where, oh my gosh, I can't stop this play. It's overpowered. Like, I can't, if they're running PA end around, I can't beat them or whatever. Like, that's not the case. Most people who run PA end around run it with like maybe one or two other plays, so it's not that difficult to stop if you know it's coming. It's hard whenever they actually have a good scheme and mix it in. Then it's difficult because you do have to kind of allocate a lot of resources to stopping PA end around. I'll admit that. But to say it was a glitch or an exploit, I don't think that's the case. But that's just me. But they said they toned it down, so I'm assuming that maybe they kind of took out the effectiveness of the running back flat route, maybe. Because that was kind of an issue where even if you had a flat zone out there, it wouldn't really play it very well. Like, kind of had to have a flat zone and a purple zone out there to stop the flat and the corner out. And even then, usually they take off scrambling. But I mean, it can be stopped. You just have to, you know, contain the defense, get a flat and a purple out there, and just kind of use that area and not get hit by the backside crossing route. Kind of easier said than done, but once you've seen it a lot, you kind of know what to do against it. As I said, route swapping. A variety of money plays have been revised or altered. I don't know what they could be talking about there. Money plays, a lot of different people have different ideas of what a money play is, or what is categorized as a money play, I suppose. Because one person might think something's a money play, while someone else might think, oh no, that play's not that good or whatever. So I'm not quite sure what they're talking about there. And then resolve the friendly quick glitch. That's seen online. I've never actually had it happen to me, thankfully. But I know a lot of people talk about it. I have seen videos of it on YouTube. Now that's a true glitch. A glitch is something that you can't stop. That's not intended to happen in the game. Obviously, EA is not intending for someone to be able to completely freeze the game in an online match and get out of it without losing. That's not intended behavior. That's a glitch. I don't think PA end around is a glitch. Obviously, I'm not advocating PA end around. I'm just kind of comparing the two. But it's good that they addressed that. However, it does seem like every year there ends up being some type of glitch online that someone finds as a way to cheat out of getting losses. So I mean, you want to be optimistic, but at the same time, it's like you have to be realistic as well. And realistically, someone will probably find something else next year that either you'll have to deal with the entire season or it might get patched. You never know. But realistically, someone's probably going to find something. But that's pretty much everything that they listed that they fixed from Madden 15 and corrected in Madden 16. So hopefully that's all true. It sounds good if that is the case. Sounds like they're trying to definitely tone it down and make it to where you actually have to play football and not just either run some money plays. Maybe the money plays they're talking about maybe might have been the pistol run game, because that was by far the most popular kind of offense this year. So you could be talking about that. But it definitely looked good in the little gameplay demonstration that they had. Gameplay looked good. Obviously, it always looks good. You always expect it to look good, but you never know really how good it is until the game's been out for about a month, and then you'll see the people who have been, you know, just sitting in practice mode labbing and trying to find exploits. Then you'll really see the different exploits and what's, you know, broken about the game. But until that time arrives, we could just ride the hype train of Madden 16. It's going to be the best Madden yet, so we'll just kind of keep it positive for now. But that's pretty much what I think about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it didn't talk your ears off and bore you guys. If I did, leave a dislike. But until next time, guys, I'll probably have a gameplay video up in the next couple of days. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, take it easy. And